And I don't like it release to stop talking about it.
I didn't say it once, but since you brought it up, I'm going to average heaps more than you. Yeah, at that price? Who? At that price, who? At that price.
No.
At that price. At that price. No one. Good. Maddie couldn't do it.
Too late.
Oh!
Too high. Too high.
I keep on asking me if Tom McCone's going to be the ruckman. It's not.
Not yet. Not yet anyway.
Not even. He's not the best ruckman in
I
cup.
want to see kidneys and chesters. I want to see these.
You're not going to be seeing much of chest, aren't you?
Oh, Francis. I just got concussed. I just got concussed.
Doesn't care.
Tom Mitchell doesn't just tug on the ball. Tom Mitchell kicks the winning goal and he got 140. Vice captain right now. Crazy.
How about that song, Matt Eves? I love it.
Yeah, pretty good. You know what song I've been loving lately? Super Mario Brothers, the Bowser song by Jack Black. It's so catchy.
Can't get the fuck out.
Oh, it's so good.
Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters. I am Jordy, alongside me is Matt Eves.
But his Eve's alongside here is Jules, looking tatted and fine and doing the things that we need to do. What's on today's agenda?
Let's review the week that just passed and let's identify some roles, some kick-ins. Who is the best target to bring in,
Isn't that
Matt
Thursday
Eves?
session or are we just doing reviews?
Huh?
Are we just doing reviews?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. Who's the best target to bring in? That's normally on a Thursday.
Yeah, but we're just warming up.
Oh, we're just warming up to get to it. All right, George. Do you want to say any hellos, any shout outs?
Hi.
Where to find
Look,
you?
guys, if you're new here, please subscribe. And if you already are subscribed,
We love you.
we do love you. Now, we've got some coffee shout-outs because there's been two very sexy people and decided to do some real sexy things, which is support the boys.
Oh, no.
Maddie, stop trying to peek.
Okay, sorry.
All right, now, the first person who
Donated some dollar redues and coffee redues for us.
Anonymous has bought 4 coffees. He's like, hey, legends, sending you a whole latte love. I hope you enjoy these beautiful coffees to keep you going. It's hard to espresso how much this body has helped me out. You both are really a perfect blend. I don't know how I've been doing this before without help. Thank you for keeping me grounded. You mock me very happy.
My God.
Lastly, how did Henry VIII like his coffee? Decaf. I'm guessing Henry VIII got his decapitated. That's the most I've ever learned.
That is so many.
Thank you so much.
So many coffee puns in one sentence. It's got nothing to do with what we do. Thanks for the coffees.
No.
I think you should
Thanks heaps. I love a good pun. Maddie's not really
No, it's
about it, but I'm all about it.
Very punny, Jules.
I loved it. Thank you.
6 dad jokes in the one. Go on. Next, anyone else?
7 next time.
7 next one. Okay, next one.
No, thanks heaps for that, mate. I really do appreciate it. Dean Fields.
Oh, we love him.
Bought 3 coffees. Thanks to Dino. Another awesome video. Can't believe the bad stuff, you guys. I can put my luck and my son's luck into listening into your great honest advice. Keep it coming, guys.
Thanks, Dino.
Doing a great job. Enjoy the coffee. Thank you, Dino. Thank you, SuperCoach.
Good job,
all
boys.
are anonymous. Now, I just bring up the Kick Sunt Hall of Fame. Almost
Have a look.
Look at this. The baller is back on top. I don't think he wants to be dethroned.
Well, with stupid puns of coffee.
Jay, they're good puns. What's wrong with you?
All right, they're great puns, Baller. Sorry.
Look,
well, because he's anonymous, we don't know who he is. So.
I know who he is because I speak to him.
Okay.
And listen, Maddie's a bit of a tosser. Let's be real. We all knew it.
But there
I
was
love the
7
puns.
coffee puns in there, and I have to direct.
I want 10
Oh,
next time. 10 coffee puns. I love it.
All right, small things. You know,
It's called a bit of humour, Maddie. It's called humour.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3, but 7.
No, champ.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he wants 10. Anyway,
the more the merrier. Thank
right.
you. Now, to draw third, Dave, SEM, turn it up!
Go turn it up.
Dave, I haven't got a drunk message from you in a while, mate. Are you okay? Please let me know.
He's off the booze. Could be.
Maybe he's too busy watching the Hawks. You know, I thought the Hawks won. They actually lost.
Oh, it was pretty funny.
It is funny. The Wahab.
I was actually watching it with Suf, who's my brother-in-law, big Hawthorn supporter. Like just real quick. Last week we went to come to your house to do this. And it was like halftime between the Hawks game.
Yeah, he would've loved it.
And he was loving it. Oh, all the talent. Because 3 goals
All
up.
the talent.
Oh, Will Day. Oh, this.
Will
and
Day
that.
is good, though.
Yeah, I know he's good.
If they had Will Day, they probably would have won that game.
Well, if he could lay a tackle without getting 2 weeks, it'd be great. But anyway, they ended up getting smashed by 80 points up after. Oh, it was just so good. And then again, watching it at dinner at Suf's last night and Muhammad's last night, and the Hawks lost to Himmelberg. What a Mark Himmelberg did
So
that.
the small things change. You take the joy in other people's misery. I take the joy in a couple of puns. Now the Wahab. Draw third. Return. Thank you, Wahab. And fourth is Dean Fields. Still on fourth because the baller went up by 4. So thank you, Dino. And then we've got Benny T. Now, Benny T, I'm worried about this guy, Matty, because ever since I asked him what DP he wanted when he was in the leaderboard, I haven't heard from him. I think he's dead.
He doesn't know. You don't say that. Maybe he just doesn't like you anymore.
I think he loves me.
I don't think
maybe
he doesn't like
Benny, let me know. Maybe I reckon he had a real bad start to SuperCoach. I
just think he doesn't like the bunch anymore.
But Benny, let me know if you're still alive, all right? Whiskey D, X, 6, Glenn Fear itself, Chris Pritchard, Blakey B, Jamie Mizza, Michael Long, Batman, and John Miz.
All the rest.
Rounding up the rest. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
You're the best, and you're the reason why we're here on whatever the fucking time this is.
Let's get to the reason why they are shouting us coffees, which is for pow.
Or is it those puns?
Geordie, get to the football. All right, first game up. Crows versus Blues. How fun was that match to watch? You had Laird, Dawson.
I did. I had Laird vice captain. I went with Lairdo, but missing out on that $1 million Dawson. That's
my goodness gracious. So I don't have Dawson or Laird. So my Thursday, my Thursday night was pretty crap. Watching these boys who don't have them, it definitely does hurt when you see one of the most popular traded in players and pick players go 135 and 152. But wow, doesn't Dawson just look so goddamn clean? He still went so good on the boot as far as efficiency. Rory Laird, 26 handballs, 11 kicks, 18 contested, 9 clearances. He's back to his.
He really started it off with that 16 possession first quarter.
They just couldn't. Oh yeah, he sure did. And same with Dawson. They were all like on 60 and 70s, and it was just unbelievable. Not really many. McElhaney finally crashing down a little bit. Still got a good score.
I mean, 60. I'll be happy with that crash.
Look. Everyone really came to play. There's only 4 players in Adelaide that scored under 60, which is pretty impressive.
I'm pretty sure they got Hawthorn next week as well. So I am expecting a good pumping.
I want to get in Dawson and Laird. I think that.
Well, with Tom Green. If you haven't heard the news, Tom Green suspended for 1. Who else was suspended for that? Taylor Adams.
Taylor Adams is Merritt.
Caminiti. Merritt's suspended for being challenged. Caminiti. He's
said how we go.
Straight to the tribunal. So there's a lot to work with to get these players in.
I wouldn't touch anyone else really. There's no one let's just go straight to Carlton Blues now.
Touch my penis.
No, thank you.
Okay.
So Carlton Blues, Sam Walsh first game back, 6 kicks, 19 handballs and a goal, got 104. Sard, how funny was that?
It wasn't funny, but
like you said at the start, I
like puns. You like misery. I understand.
I like enjoying other people's. Champ, come on. All right, let's just say if that was Oliver, would you be laughing?
No.
George. If that was Oliver with the red cross on his name and he got an 85, would you be happy?
This week?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, see? All right. So I'm not the only monster in this house. Yes, I am. Adam Sard owners, he was doing so well. He was in you told me a nice fun stat the other day. There's a handed group of footy players.
You regurgitating my stat that I gave you?
I just said I did.
Yeah, I was just confirming.
Yeah, I just said you told me a funny stat the other day. Okay. A fun stat. Like I've given you the credit, George.
I don't want to credit. I was just saying, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
All right, okay.
Because Geordie gave me a fun stat. There's a group of what's the group, George? 100 plus.
Yeah, so the players that have gotten 100 every game in SuperCoach this year.
Yeah, and Sard was one of those, and now he's
dropped out.
He's out.
So is Luke Ryan leaving. I think Dacos,
Schneasel,
Took Miller,
Oliver.
And Oliver, and there was like 1 or 2 more.
1 or 2 more, okay.
Still left on it, so...
Still left, well there you go. Well there goes Adam Sard. Patrick Cripps, champ, what a game he had.
People are going to be asking to trade out Cripps, so it's going to be straight up no.
It's going to be straight up no, 80.
Absolutely fucking not, because he can easily get 150 this week, so...
Ollie Hollands, he looked really good and then slowed down again.
He looked really good. He was on a really big score.
And then he ended up with 65.
I reckon it's just a matter of time before Ollie Hollands goes to an 90.
Everyone's asking the question, champ. You can't trade that Cohen out when he's not even hit 200,000 yet. Even though...
Yes, you can.
You can?
You can.
Is it worth it? 70K? 70K, he's only made a 70K.
80K if you get that chinchota.
80K if you get that chinchota in, because he did have a
maybe not, but he's not going to be making too much more. What are you going to do, is hold him at that price in your bed?
You just hope. Just hope he gets...
Hope he gets dropped.
Well, then you got
there you go.
Yeah, well, all right. Fair enough. Go on.
Can I read some CBAs?
Of course you can.
Because Paddy Cripps had the most at 29. That's what you want when you're paying top dollar. 29, the absolute most for the game. Dawson, 28. That's amazing. It's criminal that it's happening now because I didn't think Dawson was that good of a pick because 2 weeks ago he got the 18 touches, but now he's being played as a full-time midfielder.
And he got a DPP this week, didn't he?
He did, and can't be ignored. Rory Lee got 27.
Oh, yeah.
Tom De Koning, 23 CBAs with Pianet getting off injured. Riley O'Brien, 22. Rochelle, 18. A huge amount of CBAs for Rochelle. Hewitt slowly creeping down at 18. Ed Curnow, 17. And Sam Wash, only 12. Chera, 12. Sloan, 10. And there's no one really of note except Ben Key's got 2. I won't read you the rest, guys, to save you a bit.
Fair enough.
From that. So
I've got nothing else to say here.
I got some kick-ins for you. That's so we know to track those guys. Sard had the most with 6. Obviously, Sard was injured.
Sard and Doherty are now out. Who will be taking them kick-ins?
Well, how long Sard out for? Is he going to miss this week?
Who knows?
Because I haven't heard too much about the injury. So he just had a bit of tightness. So he could play.
It could be
a bit of a hamstring tightness.
It could be a 3 week.
Now, since Dawson has left that back line for good, Brodie Smith has been the most there with 4. So that's a bit of upside for Brodie. 2 for Nick Murray, 1 for Hinge, 1 for Malira, 1 for Young, 1 for Chera trying to wreck my multi, but he didn't, and 1 for Newman.
Interesting stuff, Dawes.
Now, so nothing much to talk about there. It's still surprising that Ed Curnow is getting so much midfield time.
Yes,
he got
I think he was trying to do a tagging role.
Yeah, he was. I saw him at Laird.
On Laird.
And then I saw Cripps on Dawson most of the time. So.
Yeah. Well, there you go. All right, that's enough out of this game. But what a bashing glue. You know, like Carlton, Collingwood and Blues, top 4? It's pretty cool.
Carlton, Collingwood and Blues.
Carlton, Collingwood Bombers.
Yes.
Top 4.
They are top 4. And they're all playing each other. 1st to 4th all playing each other.
Are they really? St Kilda playing Carlton this week. Wowee! It's going to really separate the boys from the men. All right, Jules, next game all the way down in Adelaide. Fremantle versus Gold Coast in the gather round, 10 points.
I want to start off with some CBAs if you would be so kind.
Go right ahead.
Because seeing Sarong at 30, which is just huge, and he is becoming his own absolute premium. What's your mate's name?
I haven't heard from him and seen him for a while at the gym. Where are you going, Brendan? Where are you?
Brendan?
Stanzo?
I haven't even seen him in the comments. Fucking probably given up too. Sean Darcy, 29. Moyle, 27. Brayshaw, 26. We need to speak about him. Took Miller, 25 only. Rao, 24. Noah Anderson, 21. Amira, 19. And Will Brodie, 16. Come subbed off after half time. Fiorini, 16. Swallow, 9. Marbiot Chol, 5. Luke Jackson, 3. M. Johnson, only 2 from a full game.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. Let's get into the kick-ins.
You go, Jules.
6 to Weller, who's having a pretty solid season back with a massive numbers.
Really key. He's getting constable numbers, 18 kicks and 2 handballs.
Yeah, he's getting, because Gold Coast is going to get smashed pretty much every week, and Weller's going to have about a minimum of 5 kick-outs a week. A sneaky pick, not too much of a ceiling though. So, Luke Ryan. Now, he's another one of the one who just dropped out of the 100 club.
Just by 7 points.
Yep. He got 5 kickouts. Hayden Young got 4, Will Power 3, Clark 2, Cox 1, and McPherson 1. Matt Zeebs.
Matt Zeebs. Well, let's go straight to the losing team. Suns, I thought they should have won. Well, look, there's only one person you really need to focus on in the Gold Coast, and that's good sexy Took Miller doing 26 touches.
Is he getting enough touches? Because we used to Took going absolute bananas.
Well, the good thing is he's in that. He hasn't scored lower than 109 or something like that.
106.
Something like that. But point is, he can only get better from what we know of him.
You know what worries me about Took Miller compared to like the Neils, the Cripps, Lairds, Olivers? His CBAs is always about maybe 10% less than the absolute top prems, and I don't know why. I don't know why. He's always in the midfield. Maybe just when he's... I don't know, but...
Maybe there's just not a lot of goals kicked when it comes to...
Well, the thing is, he's not even the most at Gold Coast. Like, Rao and... Anderson get more than Took. So that's the only thing about Took Miller that kind of wants to...
Look, sometimes I feel CBAs are a bit deceiving because you could be on the bench where when a goal is kicked and that's when they rest or something. But
it's over a long time now. Over the whole season, he's still...
I get what you're saying. So, let's just say Noah, I don't know, who could we saw? Lockie Shields gets a mark and lines up for a goal. All right, Took Miller, come off. So the goal is kicked. Took's resting, getting a bit of time after the ball's getting back in and he's on that centre bounce. It could be something like that, but Took Miller runs more than anyone on that field. So he gets to every contest, so as in even the back, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes CBAs do have
I think the CBAs are the absolute pinnacle because
They are
coaches
pinnacle.
are saying, I want my best 3 midfielders in there to get that ball out. And
I get it. I think sometimes...
that's why Cripps is always there. That's why Oliver's always there. That's why Lady's always in there.
Okay. Well, he is the best midfielder. Clearly
But I just said, when the ball's fucking going up, I want Took Miller in the CBAs.
Yes, understand.
At least another 10% more.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. This, like, CBAs is about maybe 30. There's an average of 25 to 30 CBAs a game?
Yeah.
Something like that. But how many other ball-ups are there? And Took Miller...
Yeah, around the ground, of course.
Around the ground, Took will
But
be...
this is where we get the most points because this is where the inside 50s, centre clearances, points are up for grabs.
Yes and no, because you can get inside 50s if there's a ball up on the wing, and you can get a rebound 50 if someone's clearing it. You can get a goal assist if it's, like there's... Like, I'm sure Took Miller is at a lot of...
Yeah, but because the rest of the ruck contest around the ground are so congested because there's not a certain amount
there's
of
more of
numbers
a chance for him to get...
Yeah, because it's less more open play. There's
more open play, and I get what you're saying. But do you understand what I'm trying to say? Maybe he's like going off when someone's about to line up. And like,
but that's the thing. A lot of coaches say, okay, if they're going to kick a goal, let's have Took Miller out there for that and we'll get him off at the next stoppage.
But yeah, besides Took Miller, that was a nice little back and forth there, George. But besides Took Miller, Ned Moyle got to 35. They can't wait for Jared Witts to get in. That's for sure. They cannot wait any more longer.
I was expecting more from Shrek Darcy against Ned Moyle, to be perfectly honest.
Well, to be honest, like he got a lot of points in the last 5 minutes. He could have kicked the goal.
48 hitouts is not enough to. I want 150.
Oh well, he did.
English outscored him.
Yeah, he sure did. Sean Darcy did get the cherry. He got 18 touches, 48 hitouts. 14 contestants, 9 clearances. So he was pretty much... He had the most clearances in the game.
He wasn't playing anyone.
That's my point. He was just grabbing it and booting it out and probably kicking it to, Weller. Because the 55% efficiency of those kicks were not good.
Hayden Young finally got a 90, I mean, for whatever it's worth, which is not worth much.
If you're looking at Hayden Young now, clearly you're not playing SuperCoach and you've probably given up at round 1 or after he got that 130 and realised, okay... No, don't worry about it. And now, George, you want to talk about this good old... Mate. Jackson, again, I like the dynamic with this Darcy. Darcy does look like a good ruckman because, again, Luke Jackson, 10 hit-outs.
No one's getting Jackson, though.
No, I'm just saying, like, him in the side, it's not as bad as a Gawn and Grundy mix, and it's not as bad...
No, of course not, because he's more of a forward than any of Gawn or Grundy.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But he's still... pitch hitting in and still getting decent scores, but
especially because Tapiner was out, they needed him more forward.
Yes, they did. George Angus Brayshaw.
What are the owners going to do, Matty? This is another 77. He's already 5'3". He's already lost so much money.
Could be
5'3", and he just got a 77.
He could be a target for people that...
Like about the people that do have him. What do you reckon?
Oh man, like, what do you think?
I think that you have to hold on to him.
You got to hold on to him. 77. That is an ugly answer that no one wants to hear, George. But
because have he gets 130 next week?
He probably might.
He's playing the first game against the Bulldogs. No one's going to tag him.
We could say that about him every other week because how could he? What if he gets 130 this week, or what if he gets 150?
Yeah, but he's already lost over 80k.
But if when you've played pretty much the shittest teams already. You've played North Melbourne, you got 106. You've played West Coast, you got 84. You've played Gold Coast,
but his numbers have never been too bad up until this Gold Coast game.
Well, yeah, there's 18 touches. He hasn't got anything below. He's got 36, 26, 29, 28, 31, and then 18.
And he's still been tackling a fair bit.
Averaging 6 tackles a game this year. If I'm looking at that and all of those games, all of the Fremantle's run, you would think North, West Coast, Gold Coast. Yeah, the only one that's missing is Hawthorn and GWS. What do you expect?
You're obviously expecting more from him. That's why everyone started with him. Yeah. But now that we have him, or that whoever has him, what do you think? I mean, he's lost 80k. And look, you know what? If he gets 120, everyone's going to try and trade him back in.
Well, yeah.
So, what do you think?
I think, we got rid of Cornelio this week. We're not going to get him back anytime soon because... You might not anytime soon.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
He's already 4'8".
Okay. So if someone gets him out now, you just...
I only got rid of Kinley because I needed Ruckman. I wouldn't have got rid of him if I didn't, because that was the only way to get one.
Okay. Point is, also the fact that he was your underperforming premium. You could have got a Ruckman with anybody else.
But who? He was my worst performing premium.
Okay. So
but the thing is, you don't need another position play. You don't need a midfield. You don't need, because you're going to have someone. Look, you need a ruckman.
Okay, yeah, I get your predicament, but in the sense that you're saying that he was an underperforming premium and you got rid of him, and you're more than likely going to get Cornelio back in once
Yeah.
I would say trade him out if it's not making you happy, because that's what we've done. Like, we've traded out Cornelio. Yes, you needed a ruckman, even though you didn't. Raleigh got another 90, didn't he?
88.
Well, there you go.
And you didn't need to trade out Neil.
Oh, but no, that was pretty
Was he
sad.
the third best midfielder in the competition? Straight just,
That 170 really hurt me. But
Are you going to get him back in?
Yeah, probably.
You better get him in soon because he's going up in
I'm
price.
not going to get him anytime soon. I need to get rid of him for the buy round and need the cash. But I'm happy with my purchases with him out.
Would you have been happier without the purchase?
No.
Who did Neil go out for? Just 1 for 1. Who did he go out for?
Grundy. No, I don't know who I got him out for. I got rid of Neil to upgrade 2 premiums. So one went to Grundy and one went to LDU, I think. LDU?
LD
Yeah.
cucks. Oh.
LD Cucks, yeah.
I'd rather have Neil than have that LD cucks.
That's for sure. Anyway, so Brayshaw, I don't know. George says hold him.
Get him in. Hold him in.
Matt Johnson, he's had a few games. Finally got a game, which was a full
He
game.
might as well be a sub if it's 66% fucking game time.
Yeah, I know.
He only got 2 CBAs. He wasn't playing too much midfield. What do we think of him?
I think there's some
Other juicy options. We'll talk about them in the trade week. Not much I want to talk about this. Except Corey Wagner played his first game with 12 kicks and doesn't. He looked pretty shit. I know the SuperCoach score says he was shit, but the way he played was even worse. Yeah. Because everyone was taking marks on him. He was cleaning the ball. He looked real bad. I would be surprised if he gets another
It could be just his first game. He might.
he's played in the system before.
Potentially could get dropped. Gold Coast, we already spoke of that one. George, nothing else here I want to talk about. Let's go to the Tigers and the Swans. That was pretty funny.
Yes, let's do that, Matty, because I want to talk about the CBAs for that game.
Let's talk about it.
Now, Matty, the most for this game was Lad Hams, and no one cares about that. So next was Prestia with 23, Ben Miller at 23, Chad Warner at 23, Taranto 22, Parker 22, Hopper 21, Goulden 19, which is a very big, maybe about 20% uptake since last week. So that's good. Rowbottom 17, Bolton 16, Papley 12, his highest for the year. Samson Ryan only 8.
I'm so upset. I bought in Samson Ryan in this week thinking that he's going to get some CBAs and make some money, but...
Well, he's a better pick than Van Roonen, you think. Yeah. I mean, his job security's better. Cochrane 5, McLean 5, Somsey 4, Dustin Martin 2 only. Amadi Party has closed with 1. Now, the kick-ins, Blakey went berserk with 7 kick-ins.
He knows how to do it.
150 SuperCoach, thereabouts. Volusten 4, Jake Lloyd 4, Baker 3, Rioli 2, Rail Smith 2, Young 1, Grimes 1, and no one cares about McIntyre.
Well, no, we'll start off with the losers. The Richmond Tigers got absolutely slaughtered. Hopper and Taranto just doing the things that we want them to do. Hopper repaying the faith for everyone that kept him.
He's a keeper.
He is a keeper.
To his buy round, at least.
Yeah, at least to his buy round. The people that bought in Samson Ryan, a bit disappointing when you see that Miller. How many CBAs did he get, George, real quick?
23.
23 versus his 8.
Or 25.
That's something that we didn't really want to see, but we're stuck with our decisions now, so can't trade them out. Well, you can, but can't turn them back.
Out Samson Ryan and Brayshaw.
Brayshaw, why not? Straight swap. But George, how did Heaney go? First 144. Wow.
Well, first over 100 this year, actually, Matty, and he got his break even. He's gone up a bit. Some people might think, okay, he's a pretty underpriced premium. He's lost 80k. Can this be the start of Heaney?
No.
Do you think he's going to continue? Then why is his form so different from last year? It's not like he's playing a different role. It's not like Sydney's doing horrible. Why is Heaney only scored one ton?
I'm sure Heaney did a 10 centre bounces last year.
I mean,
I'm sure
it would have been like 2 or 3, 4.
Whatever it is, he's just not a target anymore, is he? Now you got Logan McDonald. Oh, not what's his name?
I'm sure everyone's lining up to kick to Logan McDonald.
Oh, he's so good. He's so goddamn good. Logan
he got 1 goal.
Yeah, well, over the season.
And they smashed Richmond by like 50 points.
Oh, Tom Papley.
Where's that Logan? Papley played the midfield.
Papley paid everybody to kick 6 goals. Wow,
That was such a good game.
That's a 3-vote performance.
And then he scored more than him.
Oh, no, that's pretty funny too. Chad Warner, he had 26 touches and still couldn't break an 80. 1 goal, 3. I bought in Jake Lloyd this week, champ.
I saw.
He got 119.
How'd your team go, by the way?
My team scored against you.
Oh, I was just saying that because we played each other in 2 leagues.
We'll talk about that in the Collingwood game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the Collingwood game. So, Jake Lloyd, your cat's out of the bag. There was not many point of differences. Me and Geordie played each other in 2 leagues. I needed Tom Mitchell
Did he get you over the line? He
I
did.
needed Tom Mitchell to get.
Is it more Tom Mitchell disappointment?
No, it wasn't so.
So it's going to cost you games and cash.
It wasn't so much. It wasn't so much Tom Mitchell disappointment that let me down. It was kind of my captain option.
Who's your captain? Grundy.
Grundy.
That's literally like only 7 points less than mine.
I only lost by 13 points.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was big. We had a big week. Jordy had his highest. He needed to score his highest.
I had Day on the bench.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, well, that's what
Sitting
happened.
on the bench.
Sitting on the bench wouldn't have done much anyway.
Play Wilmot.
Play Wilmot.
You know what? Because if I
What?
downgraded Mackenzie, I could have had Wilmot up to a shoot and I would have got an extra 70 points. Wow. In hindsight,
In hindsight,
probably should have done.
should have done, definitely. Well, yeah, I got in Jake Lloyd and Tom Stewart this week. They both did really well for Zed. Who'd you get in?
I got Kennelia for Darcy.
That was it.
That's it.
That's a good trade, I guess. Where were we, George? Sydney Swans. Yeah. Well, Jake Lloyd. Wow, he did great for me.
Callum was so close to getting DPP, Matty. A bee's dick away.
I just told you.
Because he got 0 CBAs this game. So close.
That's just not fair, is it?
Luke Parker.
George,
How stinky was he?
how did you like Matt Roberts' game?
I thought it was pretty shit, but he did score
A
93
93.
SuperCoach with 14 touches. I don't think he's been getting 93s, Matt Zeebs. I don't think so. He'll be getting that at all.
But he's going to have that in the next.
But I think he's good for a 50 or 60.
If he, I just want him to get the money from that 93. Like, hopefully he can get 60s to 70s.
Yeah, if he can, then
and make us 150.
You go straight to the bank with that.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a good one to pick.
Yeah, Matt Roberts, definitely. As the rookie downgrade for this week.
Now, you'd like Misery. The Amadi party getting injured. What did you think of that? Because I know you would have liked that.
No, there's only, look, I can't.
No, you liked it.
Why?
I know.
Why?
You know why you
Why?
liked it? Because
I didn't like it that
You
much.
liked it because Jamie had
No,
Marty.
first, okay, so my cousin Jordy's brother, I didn't know he picked the Marty until he got injured. I didn't. He never told me that. If he told me that, I would have said, don't get it. But Jordy, you know how Jamie likes to play his cards close to his chest, and Jordy, he bought in Dawson, and we saw it, and he made him vice captain. So good on you, Jamie. But I didn't see the Amadi party go in.
You wouldn't have brought Marty party this week. You would have brought him last week.
But I was bagging him last week too. But
It is what it is. Anyway, Amadi's injured.
he was on his way to a massive.
Is that a hamstring tear?
He's on his way to a big game. He only got 21% game time.
He's laughing at you, Jamie.
Champ, I wasn't. You know I was. I felt sorry for you, but I was laughing when I called you this morning. So Jamie, that was pretty funny. Joel Amadi has to go out. Well, I'm playing Jamie this week, so
In which cash league?
in the main one.
Oh, okay.
So he's got.
The Toms are watching. He's like, oh, my cash league's not main.
Yeah, so he's got Amadi, Mackenzie, and probably Gibney, so he can pretty much do all those trades and get a.
Sure, Marty's made like $2.70. So
What is it? 2,270.
no, he hasn't made too much.
I'm just saying, if he does a super boost, he can get two rookies and a premium.
I think everyone's going to be boosting super this week because it looks like from all the trades that are coming in, people want to boost up to a primo.
There's some good rookies out there, and with all that money, getting rid of the Gibneys and Mackenzies and the Martys that are already the high 2000s, like 3000s, there's some money to make and money to burn on primos.
What did you think of Errol Goulden? He was flying early, 19 kicks, 25 touches, 4 tackles.
I thought he was flying. Wasn't he flying late?
He was flying early. He was pretty high up early.
Yeah, okay.
But I'll take an 88 from you, Goulden, but I want more next time. Let's go into the Richmond because we are behind schedule.
We already talked about Richmond, about Hopper and Taranto, and that was it, and Simpson, right? So we've done
Baker, 35 touches and a goal. What the actual hell, Matty? Because he's looking almost like a viable option.
Oh, George, you know how much
Could it be?
You know how much I love Baker.
Could he be though? We say this every week. We're going to keep saying it until he keeps getting turning up. I'll ask you next week.
You ask me next week if he turns it up.
All right. But is there anyone else?
No, no one else.
Don't you want to talk about your Samson Ryan a bit more?
We already did.
Just give me a bit of a...
I will talk.
Go on, let's go.
George,
Speak of Samson.
Samson.
All right, there we go. Let's go, Matty. Come on. Waste some
All right,
time.
Brisbane Lions versus North Melbourne. What a super thrashing, and I got rid of him
Matty.
a couple of weeks ago. And boy, is he telling me to fucking...
Now, do you miss Neil more than you've missed everyone in your life?
Yesterday, I missed Neil, definitely.
Let's talk about some CBAs because Neil's right up there. So 33 to Goldstein, 32 for Neil,
Well,
31 to LDU, his replacement. How's he going? Oscar McInerney, 29, Dunkley, 24, Phillips, 21. Got any Phillips? Simpkin injured, could get some more. Cunningham, 19, please retire. Ashcroft, 18, very close to DPP.
Who's that?
Ashcroft.
Yeah.
Greenwood, 13, Zorko, 12, McLuggage, 12, Powell, 10, Lions, 9, welcome back. Simpkin, 8, off injured. Zach Bailey 7, Zurha 6, and there's a bunch of absolute nobodies. Going to the kick-ins, Zeeble got 10.
That's my boy.
Now that's insane. And I'm glad that Brisbane kicked 20 behind.
I know, me too.
Because 10 kick-ins is 10 possessions.
Oh, yeah.
And that is just raising his floor by so much. And that's the benefit of being a defender in North Melbourne, Matt Zeeves. 4 to Aiden Core, 3 to Sheasel, 2 to Rich, 2 to Luke McDonald, and 1 to Kenna McConnor. All
right, let's just go straight into it, George. The losing idiots from North Melbourne. The only 3 you really need to look at. Schneasel gets 100, Zeeble gets 106. You already touched on the 10 kicks from cheap kickouts. And LDU, not really doing much. 76 SuperCoach 90, 76 Dream Team 90 SuperCoach. Will Phillips, actually, there we could talk about him. He done pretty well. Got a knock, still came back on, 74. Probably safe to play on the field these days.
He was 44 at the halfway mark of the second quarter. So I thought, oh shit, he's in for a big score. Then he just floated with that 44
so he got 15 points in each quarter, averaged out to get a 7. No one else important for...
Now, Matty, Aaron Hall has had his third or fourth game. This is another week because I'm telling you stats you don't know. He had 35 disposals on the weekend.
And 2 goals.
So anyone looking to bring Zeeble in, should they be worried? Because some people are
until he's named his name.
Okay, so if he's named this week.
I'm not going to speculate and worry about things that aren't on paper.
Some people are asking, should I trade in Zeeble? If Aaron Hall is in, do you still say yes? If he is not in, do you say no?
Yeah. I think the price is, get over it. It's done.
Get over Zeeble?
Yeah, you've missed it already. Like, if we picked him up at 300,000, you're going to try and pick him up at 4.2, then...
4.
Wow, it's 100. He's already made 100,000. So
people think he can be kept to the end. Can he?
Yeah.
Then why wouldn't they get someone who's 4.4 or 4.2 to be a keeper?
Because you're already going to be behind each other. Like, just hope that he hurts himself. So there's some people...
Just hope Aaron Hall comes in.
Just hope Aaron Hall comes in, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's too late for the Zeeble train.
That's what I mean. When there's players that you've picked up early and that are already made 100,000, like already, if you're thinking about getting him in, you're already behind. You're already $100,000 behind the next person that's already had him. You know what I mean? So the positive way to look at that is in a negative way, if that makes sense. You just need to bag Zeeble and hope all those players just, the ones that you don't have, you have to bag, like regardless.
Charlie Comben.
Yeah.
He missed out on DPP.
Oh.
He didn't become a ruckman.
Okay. Anyway,
I mean, he's scoring all right.
Charlie Comben. All right, back to the Brisbane Lions. Neil, wow. Dunkley doing the things that we want him to do, and we haven't seen that for a while.
133 highest of the year.
Highest of the year, well done. Ashcroft, Jules, what do you think?
I like him. 23 touches and 4 tackles.
7 marks.
Keep him on. He's only 67% game time.
Right.
Lockie Neal at 37 touches, 86% efficiency with 17 contested possessions. He's looking. It only takes a North Melbourne to get you back into that form. So a lot of people are looking into bring him or Talk Miller or Clary Oliver. Or Laird.
They're all good viable options.
They're all the upper level, and I'll rather be targeting them than a Darcy Parish at 550.
Yeah, definitely for me too. Connor McKenna had a really bad...
Connor McKekakani. Anyway,
he had a bad first quarter, but he came back in the second half and done some things. Not even respectable. It's 55. Should have done more. Wilmot did okay. Kicked a goal as well. 68.
Wilmot got dual position, which has been very nice.
Handy.
So you can put him in the midfield. You can chuck him in the back line. Just hide him somewhere.
Yeah. Just let him...
A lot of loophole options with all these things coming through.
Oh, yeah. It's so good. So great.
So good. So great.
All right, let's go to the next game because it's getting late, George. Bombers and the D's. Wow, what a surprise that was.
What a surprise was that it was a big struggle for a lot of the game for the greatest player in the competition. And then Setterfield really came back and got a 90. So, also Oliver struggled. So,
I knew that's where you're going. Setterfield, all right. Yeah, I knew because...
All right, so I'll do some CBAs. The most was Clary, 24. Then the next most... People asking me to trade out Setterfield. He got 22 CBAs. The second highest for the game with Dylan Shill and Parrish. And Grundy all got 22 CBAs. And Viney. 21 to Merritt, 21 to Petrarca. If he got 19 instead of 21, he would have got forward DPP, Matty.
Oh, that's sad.
It is. Draper got 18. killing his chance of a DPP. Phillips 11, who got DPP. Sparrow 10, Van Roonen only 5, Rivers 4, Cozzy Pickett only 3.
I was just laughing. I was just smiling.
And James Jordan and T-Mac.
I was just smiling at it because I pick it. We had like a very thorough argument or discussion, if you will, about.
And the discussion isn't over in 1 week, Matty. So Cozzy Pickett is...
He's not making any more money.
Okay, well, if he gets 120, is he making more money?
That's what you said last week, and he got a 60.
Well, you didn't need to get 120.
And I said no. I'm not predicting. Well, he's not predicting. No.
Okay, well, he can still do good against Richmond, then North Melbourne.
Oh, Geordie, you can say that. You can say that about.
Oh, well, I am saying that.
Dyson Heppel can do good against Collingwood.
No, he can't because he's not a forward and he's not in Melbourne.
So what?
Because it's all about the position you play when you play easy teams.
When you play as a team, so Melbourne's playing who?
Richmond.
Okay, and they've got the best defence in the
North Melbourne.
George. Okay, I can't believe. Like I thought this was going to be an easy defeat and just say yes, Zeebs, you were right because Kaiser Bickett's a shit pick. But no, you're going to go on and talk about who his lineup is next week against Richmond. And
no one expected Essendon to beat Melbourne. When Melbourne start winning games in a row, which they will, Cozzy Pickett will start scoring better.
What did Cozzy Pickett score last week? Against
80 something.
Against a smashing.
Oh,
West
okay,
Coast.
and then he kicked 5 behinds.
He's so shit. Anyway, he's not making any money. Go to players that are making money. Grundy's made a shitload of money. He's 5'8" at the moment.
He's gone back, and that's what we're hoping. We're hoping Gorn's back so that it's Gorn and Grundy versus Samson, Ryan and Miller.
Oh, I think that's a bit overkill. I think Goodwin should be like, just 1 more week, mate. We don't need you this week. Like, Grundy's got this.
Nah, you know what? After they lost, they'd be fuck, no chances.
No chances. That's what I'm still hoping. I don't know.
No chances, Bombers.
No chances.
Bombers.
Bombers, not Bombers.
D's, who cares?
D's, yeah, no chances, D's. Well, Grundy got 128 doing the things that we would love to see him do. Although, he was on 11 1/4 time, and I was finally licking my lips thinking...
Finally. I saw so many abuse, so much things, everyone laughing, saying, I don't have Clary, he's going to be so cheap.
25 contested of those touches.
38 touches in 3 quarters. 38 touches in 3 quarters.
Well, he could have done a lot
You
more.
can just like, oh yeah, Clary, whatever. You can get 38 touches in 3 quarters.
They must have just, like, Setterfield matched up on him only in the first quarter only. And then just like, yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter who's matched on in these days because you can get 38 touches in 3 quarters.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
25 contested. Guys, I don't care what his break-even is. If you get a chance to get an Uber Premium, you don't have a Clary, he is a safe captain option. He's a safe captain option.
It is.
And Petrarca looked good, but he's nowhere near a Clary level.
Nowhere near what he's...
Chandler got a 56.
That's funny.
I think his cash gen has come to a stop. Judd McVee's doing a little bit better. He's got a 63, so he can hold on to Judd McVee. He's making some good cash for the guys he jumped on.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And then you got
Van Roonen, who got... He was lucky to get that, I imagine.
I know, 29 Dream Team, but 52 Supercoach. He got 7 touches and 1 goal. He jumped in the ruck for a little bit against the Blues. But now let's go straight to the Bombers. If you got Joe Menzies, get him out. You got 19 Supercoach.
My favourite, Menzies.
If anything, he's going to be losing money instead of making it. What about who else? So Redmond, like,
crashing down to
earth. He thought we was the real deal, but clearly not. He got 16 touches, 72 Supercoach. Ones that you can set your watch to is Merritt, but not this week because he could be suspended.
Could be suspended. It's challenging. We don't know the result of that as we're recording, but he could get off. He could be. That's a huge number, 134 against Melbourne.
That was great.
And he's going to kill Collingwood.
Oh yeah, I think that will. Well, he might not play against Collingwood, which is great. Hopefully Setterfield could take that mantle.
Oh mate, I hope he kills us.
I think Setterfield. What do you reckon? George Setterfield's going to get 120?
I reckon if Merritt's out, he's due.
He's due.
And he's not going to be using it as a tagger.
No, because we don't need to tag anyone.
You don't need to tag anyone from Collingwood. No. Setterfield's better than everyone.
Yeah, except Tom Mitchell. Darcy Parish doing the things. He's still getting another 30-odd touches, but he still can't. He's not doing what we want him to do, really.
Well, he is because he's not on my team.
Oh, that's right. Jordan Ridley, 91 there. What can you do? Yeah,
Ridley?
You're going to hold him. Like 91's not
How if you really want that Dawson?
I'm sure there's someone else you can get.
Will Day?
Potentially. All right, but that's about it for that one. Did you like that game, Jules?
I loved it, but I hated Clary.
Just catching up to the Supercoach.
I just thought, come on, Clary, please, just a 90. And then he just got 20 touches in 1 quarter. 20 touches in one. Unbelievable. Now, this game was pouring them, and it was actually pretty fun to watch.
I did not watch it. I watched the Super Mario Brothers movie when this was on.
It was actually a really good game. So the CBAs were top for Team English 20. Trelaw 19. I still don't understand it. Libba 18, Bont 17, Horn Francis the highest for Port Adelaide at 14. Then next was Butters. He's also draw as the first CBA getter is Zach Butters at Port Adelaide. Matty, are you yawning at my stuff?
Oh, no, I'm not yawning, but my God, hurry the fuck up, George.
Chad, these are important stats, you stupid
I know,
idiot.
just read it. If I'm yawning, I'm trying to cover it up.
Zach Butters, it's his second game in a row that he has really high CBAs for Port Adelaide, and he's got 2 relatively good games. He only scored 84 last week, but he had 27 touches and a goal. This week he did do a lot better and get that 130 odd. Will Drew got 13 CBAs, Rosie 13 CBAs. He was on the bench for the first 7 minutes of the game. He could not get on. McRae only 12, just missed DPP, so close. Lycett went off injured, 11 CBAs, and this is really surprising. Wine's only 11.
He's not getting any.
I don't know what they're doing with him. Where are they even playing him? I know he doesn't get much game time either. He got 71%. 71% game time for Wines, and he's really cheap. He's going to be like 3.8 soon, guys. So
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, and the rest we don't really worry about. Kick-ins. 4 to Burden, 4 to Dale, 3 to Johannesson, 3 to Richards, 2 to Farrell, 1 to Trent McKenzie. Matt Zeeves, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Okay, so the good old Bulldogs, Jesus Christ, look at these boys. English Bond just doing the things that you want. So, wow.
Oh man, yeah, English is destroying my season.
He's really destroying everyone's season that doesn't have him. McRae he's done a lot better before, apparently. Half time, he got 112. Ed Richards is not doing what you want him to do. Liberatore is hanging in there with 101. Liam Jones repaying the faith for everyone that kept him. Got an 88. Isn't that great?
Yeah, I don't trust him to ever get that again.
Oh, no way.
Because he just did not look like he should. Because Bruce went off and then he became more pivotal. What did Bruce go off?
Bruce got off with 70. He got 3 quarters in.
What was his injury? I know he's holding his chest or some shit.
He has a left, so he's got some ribs from a McEntee bump.
Yeah, I saw that bit of bump. Yeah.
And then you got Oscar Baker. George, do you think his time's done? He got 11 touches.
I spoke about this on the last video. I think he's got a really good run coming up with Gold Coast and Hawthorns and after this Freo game. So I wouldn't mind it, but obviously he's on the radar. Bont got a career best 12 clearances, 145 SuperCoach, 7 tackles.
That way.
And Libbo got 100. He was really close to getting GPP as well, 27 touches.
Libbo was?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
So all the boys were, even Bont was. Bont was pretty close.
So out of all these ones, Bailey Smith is the one that got a DPP.
He was. And
Dalen Caleb's in the forward line too.
Who gives a shit? 24 touches and he's getting 79.
Yeah.
Not really good. Bailey Dale, guys. Look, 57 is not what you want. He's going to be cheap as absolute shit because he's just really, really struggling there.
Could I just ask, Smith didn't play this game?
No, Bailey Smith, he had his calf injury.
Right, okay. Bailey Dale, we thought about it last week when he was catching back, getting back himself into form, but Jesus, he died again.
Yeah, it was the most torrential rain I've ever seen. Not a good day to just, chip it around in the back line.
No, fair enough. Butters, Rose.
Butters got 146.
Wow, Butters got 146. He loves the wet. 17 contested, 7 clearances. Rose was, like Jordy said, 7 minutes at the start, and then he actually came back pretty well, I thought. I didn't think he was going to get it, even a 70, let alone a 9.3.
He only got an 88, no.
But he got 108 SuperCoach Dream Team.
So he's doing all right.
He's doing okay. He's still doing it. So Horn Francis decided to play 1 quarter like he did against Brisbane.
And he's won my multi. Got in your horny Francis. I knew I could trust you.
Yeah, got better late in the last quarter after a quiet start. Done okay. No one's really looking at. What about Dylan Williams, champions? This is his second.
I like his time on ground. It's everything over 75 is speaking good to me. 10 touches. I don't mind him as a pick, Mandy. But where do you see him in the terms of the pecking order with Roberts, Michael Johnson, and himself, and maybe even that S. Mitchell?
Discussion for Thursday, Jules.
Love it. That's a bit of a cliffhanger for you guys. What we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's much to talk about, Maddie. No. Butters v. Cornelio, is there any kind of...
I'm not convinced. I'd rather skip Cornelio back in before Butters. Okay. I'm not convinced on Butters' role yet. When you still got Boak and Wine, you don't even know what's going on there.
I do. They're just not getting midfield time.
All right, John, let's go to the Cats versus the The Eagles.
Oh my God. Then they get Tom Hawkins back into form and Jeremy Cameron just kicking goals for absolute fucking fun. He played like one good quarter, and that's all you really need to play against West Coast. So CBA's Bailey Williams, 32, Tim Kelly, 29, Atkins, 27, Cully, 26. There's something about CBAs that you don't like?
I already know it. It's the CBA.
You don't even know the CBAs. Look at them.
Just random off.
Stanley 25, Guthrie 24, Dangerfield 24, Gaff 20, Giddenby 18, Holmes 12, Parfitt 10, Xavier O'Neill 9, Elliot Yeo, who's out apparently, 8, Waterman 5, O'Connor 1, and West 1. Now let's get into kick-ins. Liam Duggan. Liam Duggan got 5. Champ, this is important. If you want a good SuperCoach team,
George, don't let me distract you to your stats.
You are distracting me.
Stay focused.
Okay, then you need to focus as well because you need to know these CBAs. Because if you knew Neil was getting all the CBAs, maybe you wouldn't have traded him. No. Now, Duggan 5, Witherden 4, Tom Stewart 3, Duncan 2, Zach Tui 2, Smith 2, Bowes 1.
Interesting.
Bowes 1 and Yo 1.
Good stuff. Liam Duggan got 5. I made sure I remember that one.
Elliot Yeo only played 53% game time, and even though he wasn't subbed out, so they subbed him out anyway.
Right, Yes.
I'm never putting him in a multi.
No, definitely not. I think I did this week to get 15, and he missed out by 3. Draws. Everyone's asking, Ruben Gibney, is he out?
I mean, if you got no one else,
you got an eye poke in the first, and then an ankle knock in the third, which saw him come out. So it's not just the eye poke. Like, he hurt his eye and his ankle.
And he wasn't subbed off for injury. That's subbed off to be managed. Now, if he can get 3 full games in a row, which I'm not sure he can make that money back.
Well, here it says that an ankle knock in the third quarter saw him subbed off, so I don't think it was rested. I think
he was rested. Okay. I've been looking at all the West Coast conferences. I know more than fucking Monty from Fan Footy.
Interesting. Okay. Nothing really from West Coast after we trade out Gibney because...
Oscar Allen.
Oh, wow. Wait, yeah, look at him go.
Guys, do as we say, not as we do, because we said Oscar Allen's a good pick, and he's already made 130K,
wow.
And he just scored 113.
So he's kicked 4 goals. Wow.
He's going to make 200K.
Oh, yeah. Well, who's he got next week?
Doesn't really matter because he just smashed Geelong.
Well, my wife's team picked Oscar Allen, so I had the balls.
Smart. Sarah, smart.
I had the balls to pick. Sarah had the ball. Sarah was listening to me, not me. I didn't do a team. July Cats. Wow, wait. Look at
Noah Long only got 55. Does he need to go? What's his break even? I'm not a Noah Long.
Still high. He's still fine. He'll be all right. So Noah Long's break even is a good old 37. So could get another, maybe 1 more, 2 more weeks.
Who's he playing?
Who's he playing? Oh, I'm not the idiot that says that. He's playing Port Adelaide.
Oh, he's gonna get smashed.
He's gonna get smashed in Adelaide. All right, so then let's just go straight to the Cats. Tom Stewart, George, the hero of the day.
He's not a hero, he's an asshole.
Yeah,
and he deserves to get injured.
135, I was so impressed with that score. Considering he's a backman at West versus West Coast.
Yeah, so you can just take easy kick arounds and just do whatever the hell. He's a good player, but
yeah, you do.
He's an arsehole.
Kick arounds. He's a superstar.
You've done that round 1.
Radigalia again did the same thing as well. He's the one that took the easy marks.
Money! No, he done like 6 intercepted possessions in the first quarter. That's not easy marks. They're hard fought. That's money on the table. Radigalia, thanks for the cash, big boy. Get the faith with you, mate.
I didn't. I definitely.
No, I didn't.
I did it. Duncan, everyone jumped on Duncan. What a fucking mess he was.
Oh, yuck. I don't even know where he's playing.
14 touches.
Didn't even get
34
15.
SuperCoach. Jay, he's going to go so cheap.
I mean, I'm not touching Duncan.
No one's touching Duncan.
The
10-foot power pole.
That's enough of this game. I don't want to talk about anyone except for Tom Hawkins.
Yeah, Tom Hawkins.
151. He got 4 goals.
Is it time to snare him because he's at his...
He's going to be at his lowest price. I just don't like his run.
I just don't like his run.
Okay. All
right, Giants.
What about Jeremy Cameron? People are bringing him in. He's 556K or thereabouts.
Well, you can't be kicking 4 goals against West Coast every week. But no, he's been doing that pretty much every week.
He's looking electric, Matty. Yeah. What do you think? Do you like him as a sneaky pod in the forward line?
He was in my top 8 forward lines.
Do you like him as a sneaky pod in the forward line? No. Okay.
I do not. Maybe,
you wouldn't get him?
I would get him on 2 things. If he was Hawkins' price and the fact...
Okay.
And yeah, would you not?
Yeah,
if he was
I'm going to get Hawkins on Hawkins' price.
I'm get Hawkins on Hawkins' price and the fact that he's got the round 2 bye. So it could be a nice cover.
I like it, Matt Steves. That's smart.
Yeah.
Round 2 bye.
Yeah.
Round 2 bye. Next game, please.
Next game. All right. Second last game of the round. The
Oh,
Giants
man,
versus
this is a good game
Oh, yeah.
for Warpedo owners.
I wouldn't be too happy with.
I'm happy with 100 from a Warpedo that I got for 330.
When he was on a 82 at 3/4 time.
I don't give a fuck what he's on. He got 100.
He
got 100. It's Warpedo. He got 100.
Yeah, why couldn't he get that? Why couldn't he get the 70? Then I would have beat that Geordie because he's the one that.
Because Warpedo was always going to do good with Day out. He just
35
left. So if you
touches.
listen to the CBAs and you realise that Day had the most for Hawthorn and no Day equals more for Warpedo, then you would have traded him.
Champion.
And this is why you lost to me, Matty.
I traded out Warple before Day got suspended, so
that's even worse.
no, it's not because he was a fucking dud, and everyone knows it.
Then why do you get 135 touches, guys?
Because you just said it. Day's coming back in next week. And
Whoa. No, he's still got one more week of kicking ass.
He's got one more
Warps.
week. All right, well, good on your Warps. Whoever kept him, well done. He got 35 touches.
Me. All right, the CBA's 22 for Tom Green, 22 for Newcomb, 21 for Cornelio. Flynn, 19, man, you distracted me.
I'm not doing
Callie,
anything.
18.
I'm not even yawning.
Warple, 17. Nash, 17. Reeves, 16. Ward, 9. Meek, 9. Mackenzie, 7 after being subbed on. Roaston, 6 after being subbed on. Himmelberg, 6. O'Halloran, 5. Toby Green, 3. And Ned Long, 3. Before we get Matty ranting, let's talk about some kick-ins. 11 to Hardwick.
I know, that's pretty sad for Sicily.
That is really sad. That is incredibly sad. Isaac coming 5, which is pretty good for if you're a coming owner because Whitfield only got 2, Ash getting 2, and the new S. Mitchell getting 2 of his own, so that's pretty handy. Sicily only got 1 guys out of a game where Giants kicked 17 behinds. It's not really helping that floor because his 9 is easily go to 110 if he's taking 11 kickouts.
Yep.
Fucking hard.
Look at all these cash cows coming up. So Cam McKenzie, clearly you're going to get rid of him. He's already made you money because he's got that.
He got dual position, guys. Forward.
Get rid of him.
Keep him. Don't.
I'm so annoyed that Tyler Brockman got injured in a 24 last week because he could have been on the radar because he got an
He
80.
was so bad at 3.
He got an 88 round 1, then he got a 23 injured, and then I thought he was going to be. And no one talked about him. He comes back on and 16 touches and a goal.
We all expected him to be out this game.
I was. I think no one even looked at him because of that.
I looked at him and nah, he got a 24. Maybe that's Brockman, but obviously, who knows? He's a
Who
small
knows?
forward. And obviously, Champion Data has been giving lots of points to small forwards.
And then you had, so looking at Seamus Mitchell, he's on a lot of
looked
people.
good.
He looked very good. I think he will keep his spot. Then you got Fergus Green, people that kept him paying the faith, got 2 70 pluses in a row. That's
Not
very
me.
nice.
No, he's going to make so much
He's
money.
going to make so much cash. We already missed that on that one. Now back to the GWS Giants, Cornelio. Like he still just gets all those touches, but he still
His
can't.
efficiency is shit. He's
Yeah,
66%.
he just can't. He's the Taranto of now.
He's now the new
He's
Toronto.
the new Taranto of GWS. Just going to get 100.
33 touches, 9 tackles. If I'm a Cornelio owner, I am filthy on that score.
Oh, yeah.
That's 130 every day of the
And
week.
he's just going to get cheaper. Then Tom Green.
Suspended now, Matty, with 32 touches. What a nightmare. Or is it a blessing to get that Neil everyone's ever wanted? Or Took Miller, or Clary, or Laird.
Another
All
good
right.
premium, Josh Kelly. What did he do? He got 21 touches. That's not like him.
I know.
Buckley still making money. My goodness, 78.
So, mate, if you listen to my CBAs, you'll realise why Kelly is not doing well because he was only the fourth highest for GWS.
Oh, that's sad. Cadman comes on and kicks a goal, and congratulations. That's all that he's worth. He's just there.
How good was what's his name? Jack Buckley. He's another 78. He's making so much money.
He's made a lot of cash. Then you got Harry Ralston. That was pretty impressive for him to be 23% game time. Comes on the field.
He killed it.
Yeah, done very well with his 6 touches, 4 tackles. That last quarter probably could have been the X factor to win that game.
Could have been, but they're saying it's Himmelberg because he kicked the winning goal.
Oh, well, Himmelberg did what he needed to do.
Toby Green was amazing as well, and he's pretty cheap, like 414 or something around that mark.
The captain, he got 24 touches and 3 goals. That's amazing.
He's looking like the only dangerous person in that team, to be perfectly honest. Ash got DPP, by the way, guys. You can chuck him in the back line.
Whoever kept him or whoever started him. And so did Whitfield. You can chuck him in the back line.
Yeah, he's averaging 78, Whitfield.
That's pretty sad.
It is pretty sad. Isaac Cumming got his first big score, which was good, 104 to him. So he's pretty cheap if you want a cheap pod.
No, I think everyone's throwing him out the window. Jules, let's go to the game of the round.
The game of the round, was it?
Magpies versus St Kilda.
Oh, no, this is where Dacos just said, hey, I'm going 41 touches. Let's just do the kickouts while we're talking about that because Wanganeen Malero got 6 kickouts, so he's taken at least about 60-70% more than what Sinclair used to be taking. Dacos got 5, Sinclair 4, Darcy Moore 3, Quainer 1, Noble 1, and CBA's 21 was the highest, the Pendlebury. Then to Brad Crouch 21, Marshall 20, Frampton 19, Adams 18 and suspended, Ross 13, Tom Mitchell only 11, really, really low, less than 50% or thereabouts. 10 to Crisp, 9 to Sinclair, 9 to Gresham, 7 to Hunter Clark, 6 to Dacos, and 2 only to Nick Dacos, 2 only to Philippou, who started the first quarter on fire, 2 only to Mitch Owens, and 2 to Bytel. Matt,
There you go. What a game. Collingwood were up by like 3 or 4 goals with 3 minutes left. St Kilda just decided. They took Tom Mitchell off the last 3 minutes thinking the game was won. But he just needed to stay on there to beat Geordie. But McRae made the first mistake of the year, not playing Mitchell.
He didn't make a mistake because Collingwood won and I won and everyone important won. And
that's not true. So, yeah, Nick Dacos, wow, what a machine. Another 42 touches. Just doing the things that he's doing. What are you doing over there, Jules?
Just having a play, champ. Nick Dacos, 42 touches, 4 inside 50s?
Something like that.
And then 4 rebound, or 8 rebound 50s, 8 inside 50s?
There's a lot of slack online saying that he's just getting touches that are irrelevant and things like that, but they're just haters.
They fucking are haters. Look how much meters gained he got.
Oh, yeah. 856 meters gained.
I had to block some idiots on Twitter just hating
Dacos.
I mean, he's a fucking superstar. He's leading the Brownlow, cut him. Yeah, he's not a contested. Not every player is a contested ball like Clary. Yeah. People have different roles. There are small forwards. There are tall forwards. There are fucking handball receive players.
Everything, yeah. Wingers, yeah, there is. And Dacos, he just demands the football and he loves to get it and he loves to kick it long. And that's why he's in pretty much everyone's SuperCoach team, which is what we want. Easily 3 votes, I thought. Tom Mitchell getting 107s again. Who else is here for Collingwood? No one really. Dugowie was out. It's pretty sad.
If they played Tom Mitchell in the CBAs and he got the most for Collingwood, he would get 120s and 30s every day. But I don't know what the hell they're fucking doing.
We just need to...
DPP next time, perhaps.
Hope so. But still getting the scores that he's getting. St Kilda, Royal Marshall should have absolutely killed it. Craig McRae listened to us last week, George. I told Craig McRae, I'm like, don't put Mustay in the ruck, get Frampton. He's a lot taller, he's a lot flexible, he's a lot more fragile. And he actually did okay, I thought. Like, even though Marshall absolutely should have dominated a lot more, he only got 123 SuperCoach, but he did dominate in the hit-out. Well, not so much the hit-outs. The hit-outs were actually even. Marshall got 32 to Frampton's 27, which I thought that's very good for Billy Frampton. And
Kruger played a good game in the VFL as well.
Yes, I heard that too. So hopefully, I like Frampton in the ruck. I thought he played very well. Kept Marshall honest because Marshall could have got 170 easily if that was McStay in there. But yeah, that game and having a look at that St Kilda's, like you said, George Philippou slowed down a little bit, didn't he?
He was on huge. No, he was like a 40 or 30 something ridiculous at quarter time.
Anthony Kamini, he just loved to do an elbow and that put our guy concussed, didn't it? Murphy
didn't play the rest of the game, and he's going to miss the Anzac Day.
Because of that?
Yeah.
What a scumbag.
So he's going straight to tribunal. I reckon he gets 3 or 4 weeks for that.
I'll get him out for 6.
I mean, Murphy did instigate it. So he kind of deserved it.
What did he do? Punch in it?
He's like done that, and then he turns around and goes bangs, but it's in the head instead of the thing. You're going to jump a punch. You got to just
get him. Well, at least hide it. Even if you do. Yeah, I'll show you how to do a jump a punch.
Don't touch me.
I'll show you how to do a real one. Mitch Owens, Hunter Clark.
84 Mitch Owens, not too bad if you still jumped on
Hunter
after
Clark,
140.
it's time to get rid of him if you have.
No, he got 26 touches.
Sinclair was on 21 touches at half-time, 70-something SuperCoach at half-time, and then got 17 touches, 17
good
points.
Especially for the people that want to bring him in. Now,
he was literally on 21. I remember them saying, he's on his way to a 42 possession game. The one person that got the 42 possession was Nick Dacos, not Sinclair.
Hunter Clark kicked a goal as well with 26 touches. It's not time to get rid of him, Matty. He just can't hit a target.
It's frustrating.
It would be frustrating, but 26 touches and a goal. They're not bad stats. You've got to play the role, not the score.
Champ, don't let him stocker. He just loves that 70 zone.
I had him for over 15 touches.
He had 74, 74, 72, and 78. He just loves that 70 zone.
He hasn't got anything outside of the 70s this year.
I should have picked him. I knew you bagged him.
Jones got 88. You can't help that he got a 5 in his first game because he got injured and he... Oh, I was going to... Vital got 14. And
what, Jules? I want to hear you say it. That Liam Jones? No, it's all good. don't say that. Vital got a 14 sub. Like he had such good potential to be a downgrade option, but they've just butchered his scores. He's actually going to lose that 70 number, so he's probably going to get. He will probably lose money after next week.
Who?
Vital.
Who we're talking about? Who cares about Vital?
There's a downgrade option, you moron.
Nah. I mean,
that's it, Charles. I don't think there's anything else that we want to talk about. You want to pull your hair and... John, Alex, come here.
Ow.
6 weeks. Ow. All right, what else do we want to say? I'm done. Football, it's been a long day, George.
Guys, thanks. If you've tuned in to the end, thank you so much. And if you're new, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to.
Please encourage Geordie when he's reading out those stats of CBAs, if you can, like, tell him to do something more energetic or more something funny. Maybe throw some puns in.
There are times to be funny and there are times to read some fucking stats. Okay? Now, if you got any questions, drop them in the comments and we'll get it on the next video. But these CBAs are serious business, right? And
I know they are serious business, George. Oh, 2 free kicks again.
That's two. Jumping tackle. One big sling tackle.
Too high.
One big sling tackle.
Too high. Here, George, I'll give you
guys.
I'm gonna take some candy.
Take some candy. You do the ball.
I don't know. All right, see you guys. Have a good one.